say that this is the only hell Christians will experience. Amen. And this is the only heaven that people going to hell is going to experience.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
Is that real talk?
Amen.
Is that real? I know it ain't really Joel Osteen talk, but is that real talk? So leave him alone. Leave him alone. I like his smile. Amen. The best right now. Amen. Amen. With that said, so Jesus is hearing this man plead for his son, and he responds and he says, if you can, you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? If I can, it's not an issue of my ability, it's your ability to believe. It's your willingness to believe. And that's what God is saying. Will you believe me? What you're asking for, will you believe me? Quit looking at your friends. Quit looking at your situation. Will you trust my word? Will you trust my word? And will you do what I tell you to do, even when you don't feel like doing it? Because you believe me. Amen? Amen.
Amen.
We got to know our God. Amen? We need to know our God. Now check this out. Look at the Father. The Father is fighting for his faith. Check out what he said. It says, if you can, see, Jesus said, everything is possible for him who believes. Now look at verse 24. It says, immediately the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. Have you guys ever been in that war for your faith? You're like, God, I do believe you. I believe your word. Man, I felt you before. But man, let me tell you something. I'm having a hard time believing you right now. Amen. I took my boy to the disciples. I took my problem to the church. And they were not able to help me. They were not able to help me with my family. They were not able to help me with my problem. And Jesus said, get your eyes off the people. Put them back on me. Amen. Put them back on me. Because when you keep your eyes on the people, you're going to see flaws. You're going to see failure. You're going to see sin. You're going to see problems. Because I mean, you got to know that discipleship and walking with God is messy. If you keep it real, it's messy. Your walk with God should be messy. Because any relationship I've been involved in has been messy. It has highs, it has lows, it has disappointments, it has excitement, it has joy. There's times where you don't know what to do, you don't know what to feel, you don't know what to think, but you got to stay in that relationship. Amen. Amen. You got to stay in that relationship. And so he's struggling. He says, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. Now I know there's some of you in here, you may struggle with doubt. Amen. Doubt is not the same thing, okay, as an unwillingness to believe. It just means you got a struggle in your heart. Have you ever had a struggle in your heart to believe God? And if you haven't, man, come talk to me, and I'll talk to you about having struggles to believe God sometimes. Amen. Let me tell you something. It's hard to line up my whole life with a book that talks about this invisible God, right? And I live my whole life for Him. And I believe He loved me. Right? And I believe I'm going to heaven. And I believe in hell. And I believe in angels. And I believe in demons. And I believe in all that stuff. I believe. Sometimes I doubt. But my faith is stronger than my unbelief. Amen? My faith is stronger than my doubt. And that's what this man is saying. You can cry out to God. Did you guys know that you can talk to God about your unbelief? Did you know you can say, God, I'm having a hard time trusting you? Did you know the whole time you're doing it, you're talking to God? It's like, I trip out on like atheists and stuff like that who, they don't believe in God, but they're so mad at Him. Right? And I understand that. I understand that. I really do. I promise. I really do. Because there was a time in my life where I actually rebelled against God. I actually chucked everything I believed about God and kind of started from square one again. Because I wanted to think for myself. I wanted to learn to think for myself. I wanted my faith to be my faith. I didn't want it to be what someone else passed on to me. I needed to know God for myself. Amen. And He's helped me overcome my unbelief. And I'm standing behind a pulpit preaching. Amen. The last thing I ever wanted to do was to be a preacher. My God, who likes preachers? Amen. I like my